Hey, I'm Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. I've got a channel here on YouTube where I make all sorts of stuff. Today, we're going to walk through the modeling process for one of my recent projects with the aim of showing you how simply you can use Fusion to make one of your ideas in the real world. Now, this right here is a little towel hook. I made this for my backyard to go in a cedar slotted screen. Basically, it's so that you can flick it down. You have a towel hook for towels outside, and then when you're done with it, you can push it and it hides away. It's very simple, but it's made of two separate 3D printed parts with a wooden dowel in there. And we're going to walk through how you can make something like this very easily in Fusion. Now, anytime you're modeling a project that's going to be interacting with the real world, you need to simulate that interaction in Fusion. And in this case, we need to model two pieces of wood where this is going to connect and the dowel that we're going to be working with. So like always, my first step is to create a new document. And in my case, I like to do hybrid design because that's what I'm used to. And so we're going to go ahead and do that and then create a few different parameters. These are sizes, basically the diameter of the dowel, the thickness of the gap in between the two pieces of wood, things like that. So my first step here is to represent the wooden slats just with a sketch. I don't even need a full three-dimensional body. So I want to create a new component and then draw a rectangular sketch that matches the sizes of my actual pieces of cedar. Next up, we're going to start working on this holder piece. It captures the wooden dowel and the towel holder against the wood. And so we're going to use the dowel as kind of the base for all of it, but then start working on this holder. So in a new component, I just created a circle that matches the same diameter as my dowel. And this is offset so that the outside of the dowel would be resting up against the backside of the piece of cedar. I could continue to work in sketches, but I wanted to go ahead and make this dowel into a three-dimensional body just so we can see it. Now to work on the holder on the outside of it. I'm going to create another component that is the holder and then create a new sketch using the end of the dowel as a reference point. You can use the project tool in the sketch environment to basically create reference points for any geometry that you can see. That way you can draw around them, use them as reference or measurement. And in this case, we're going to use the end of the dowel. From that dowel, I just used the offset tool to make a larger circle that is a specific amount larger than the dowel itself. I drew a few more lines here just to turn this circle into more of a rainbow shape. This gives me a curve on the outside, but also a flat edge that can rest up against the cedar pieces. And once I had that sketch, I could extrude that out really simply to make the holder for the dowel and the outside face. Once I had that kind of wheel well piece, I also needed a way to screw this to the back of the cedar. So I grabbed another little rectangle and pulled it out into a flange that we can add screw holes to. I added a little gusset just for some strength with the 3D print, and then added a couple of holes. Now I just used circles and pressed them through the body to make holes, but you could also use the hole tool. It's got some really cool features for making countersinks and being able to adjust the sizes and the diameter of the hole. But in my case, I just needed a couple of simple through holes. There you go. That's one half of my holder for the dowel. And I just need to use the mirror tool to make the duplicate. Now, eventually we're going to have to connect those two pieces with a bar across, but we're not there yet. First, we need to start working on the towel holder itself. One part of this has a hook for the towel to hang on, but the other part is a finger catch. And this allows you to be able to pull it down or push it away when you don't need it. But next up, we need to start drawing this shape. So I went ahead and hid my second part here just so we can get a clear view of the inside, and then started drawing the shape for the towel holder. Honestly, this was just kind of figuring it out as I went. I wasn't exactly sure what the shape needed to be, so I just drew some lines and then adjusted as I went. After I got the general shape of the hook, I took a break from that and then moved on to creating the wooden slats. I just took the rectangle and extruded it out into two slats to make sure that they were spaced on both sides of this hook. This gives me the actual representation of where this is going to sit, how much things are going to stick out. I kind of needed all this in place before I moved on. Then to get started with actually making this thing move, I set up a really simple rotate joint. This is so that the hook piece can rotate all the way around, and it helps me start to figure out how to get the stops in place. One of the cool things about this little project is that it has two stops built into the upper and lower positions. So when you pull it down, one stop holds it there. And when you push it up, another stop holds it there. I needed to figure out where those stops needed to be placed. So in its down position, I drew a vertical line on the back side of it. And then I rotated this up into its hidden position and drew another line. These were two reference points that I could then use to create the actual stop shape. From there, I used the offset tool to expand the shape that I had drawn to add the areas that needed to act as the stops. And then after that, I used the curve tool to actually make this little finger pull. And this wasn't any specific geometry, it just needed to stick out just barely past the piece of cedar. I played around quite a bit to get these shapes and just added extra shapes for them in the sketch so that I could extrude them out and then add them to this body. Now this piece rotates around just fine in the model, but there's nothing there to stop it, to hit those stops. So from the side profile, I expanded that semicircle out a little bit and then drew a couple of lines from the center point. This gave me a wedge piece that I could extrude across the two mounts to make a bar. The bar is there, but still in the model they can pass by each other. And we don't want that. Luckily there's something called contact sets that we can turn on, and it allows you to select two objects in Fusion and not let them pass by each other. If they come in contact, motion will stop. I enabled the contact by selecting the bar and selecting my towel hanger and just hitting OK. After that point, they cannot pass by each other. And that was it. Now if I turn all the pieces on, you can see how you can grab the finger pull and rotate it down until it hits the stop. And then if you want to hide it, you can push the finger pull up until it stops. This thing actually worked out super well and is a great example of being able to model something to the real world, both the dowel and the wooden slats, but also multiple pieces that have to interact with each other. And the best way to do that is to simulate that interaction in Fusion. I'd love to know what you think about this one down in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you next time.